Anyway, continuing on, let's talk about the summer sports now. It's bright, it's sunny. Things are all so great outside. Let's talk about those Rockies.
Okay, let's talk about the Rockies and the tale of two Rockies teams that we got to see this week, because we had a big event happen about a week ahead of schedule, right in the middle of the week here. But coming out of the All-Star break, our Rockies looking like a different team out of the gate with a little bit more health, and taking the first two series, 2 out of 3 games in both. We took the first series against the Reds that we covered last week. They did end up losing that last game 7-1 that we were in the middle of coverage of during the recording. And then they went on to take 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals, who were coming to Coors Field. And then we had the big news of the week that the Rockies had made a trade with the New York Yankees.
Feeder team.
Can't beat the allegations. Ryan McMahon, our stalwart third baseman, and what should have been anchor of our infield for our resurgence here, is going to the New York Yankees to... They are so desperate for anyone who can play defense out there. The Yankees completely forgot how to play baseball after the All-Star break, have come back out as one of the sloppiest teams in the league. So they have gone ahead and pulled the trigger on getting Ryan McMahon. They sent 2 pitching prospects back to us who are going to be minor leaguers probably for at least another year or 2 before we see them up in the big. So we'll talk about them when they need talking about.
Coming soon. I predict that we will see them, I think, unfortunately, sooner than later with how our rotation, because I'm pretty sure both of them are starting pitchers as well. And
almost certainly, yeah. And, yeah, this is kind of been the, I think, lesson of the year, and the thing that we're trying to solve is who is going to be in the rotation moving forward. Coming into the season, it was for sure Freeland, Marquez, Senzatella, and then question mark, with those 2 question marks getting filled by a rotation of guys who may or may yet become part of the quiz. We never know on how close you're paying attention to all the pitchers we've ever fielded.
I mean, it feels like we bring a new one up every week right now. And
we continue to do so. But now that Senzatella spot, I think, also becomes a bit of a question mark. Despite the contract.
He is getting lit up consistently.
It was rough. So we made this Ryan McMahon trade to the Yankees. He goes out to their series against the Phillies. Does not start game 1 of their series. He made his debut on Saturday. He did collect his first hit as a Yankee and made his first good defensive play. And watching this replay with the Yankees broadcast on it, they were so desperate for anyone who can play that position well. Because we're pretty spoiled out here in Rockies land as far as highlight third base plays over the last decade. We have been fortunate enough to field very good infielders on the left side of the infield and seen a lot of really good plays. So this one I would say was maybe a 7 out of 10 difficulty level. It was a good dive. It was right down the line. And then a solid, you just hop up and throw, and it was an accurate throw. Nothing acrobatic about it. It was just a solid play. These guys were drooling over this play like it was one of the best things they'd seen all year. So I think Ryan McMahon's going to flourish well over there in New York, hopefully. And he doesn't have to worry about being one of the major sluggers on a team with Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge in the lineup. Although Aaron Judge is not in the lineup currently. He is injured. I
am curious if they'll be like, can I have do you have my old friend back there? Where's DJ at?
No, DJ got cut.
Poor guy.
Yeah, the timing was unfortunate.
I would love to see the call between the Rockies manager and the Yankees. They're like, we will give you Ryan McMahon, but can we have some pitchers back? And sure. It's I have this guy and this guy. He's do you have anything in a lefty and a righty, perhaps? Yeah. Do you have one of each?
We'll take, the best ones of any position we need to fill.
Yes, which is always pitcher.
So, that was the big lineup shakeup of the week. That came on Friday as the Rockies were traveling out east to play the Baltimore Orioles for 3 games. And the first game went pretty well. It was a tight game, but the Rockies did prevail 7-6, taking that one very close down to the wire, but able to shut the door finally after a scary bit of home run derby. Yeah, I believe we had 6 home runs between the two teams on Friday night, and that one was a close contest with our wild new lineup because guys keep coming off the injured, like on and off the injured list faster than I can keep track of. So Ryan Ritter was my first assumption for who was going to fill the third base spot with McMahon being out, but he's injured. He broke his finger sliding into second base, apparently.
Got to wear the glove.
I guess that did not work out for him, since we're probably going to miss him for a few weeks now if it's a finger thing. Those little bones take so long to heal. Oh, and then we have a call-up now, another first base prospect. His name is Warming Barnabel, which is a new one for me, but a very baseball-appropriate name.
I was going to say, that sounds like a baseball guy. Sounds like a dude you created in the show.
One day you will get a quiz of, is this a real baseball player or did I make them up?
Fair enough.
But we'll ramp up to that difficulty level. So yeah, that was the Friday night game. Saturday, the Rockies looked like their old selves, the bad selves, the start of the year selves.
Senzatella start.
A Senzatella start, and everyone who came out of the bullpen behind him also had one of their worst days of the year.
It's contagious.
A 9-run 7th inning led to a Baltimore franchise record 18-0 shutout. 18 runs the Baltimore Orioles scored across another 5 home run game, all of them for them, obviously. And the Rockies were held to 2 hits.
Things are going well.
Mm-hmm. So pretty absolute drubbing on Saturday. And then we do have our Sunday game in the books already, East Coast time and all that. They started early today, and the Rockies dropped the series, a 5-1 defeat on the getaway game out of Baltimore. And not really ever close in the portion that I was watching with our grandparents. We got a couple base runners, and they never advanced past second base, and you can't score that way.
Well, not traditionally, anyway.
Not traditionally, that's very true. In fact, we saw a player score from second base on a passed ball to score the 5th run of the game today because the pitcher just decided not to. He watched the runner turn the corner at third base and start running to home and just didn't go to cover the plate. So the catcher retrieved the ball, turned to throw, and there was no one to stop the man at the plate.
That's about right.
So that's about how things went on that series. The Rockies are still out east for another 3-game series next week against the Guardians, and then we'll be back home for a weekend set of 3 with the Pittsburgh Pirates coming to town. We'll see if we get to see Paul Skeens in that rotation, but we have not generally been lucky enough to get the stars of most teams.
I mean, should we ever?
It's good for the game, technically.
Yeah,
but
and I'm pretty sure we did surpass the White Sox also as being one of the worst team up to this point in the MLB as well.
Maybe. We're still on pace. I think we have to win 42 games still in the second half to not be the worst team of all time. And that's a pretty tall order.
That's a lot of games.
So
That's like half the games.
This week's results were, we went
2-3, 2-3, and 1-3.
So 7-9, still a losing record.
5-9.
Okay, even worse.
Yeah.
Very good. So yeah, that's the team forecast. We had a nice bit of momentum out of the break. A little kind of the All-Star break kind of always does that, where some teams take to the break really well. Some teams, it's the worst thing that happened to them all season. The Yankees definitely did not enjoy the break. They came out very sloppy. The Toronto Blue Jays are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, have taken the top record spot in all of the league. Haven't mentioned them much yet this year, but they have Dante Jr. out there.
Yeah, Bo Bichette.
And Vlad Jr. too.
He is Vlad Jr., in fact.
Yeah. So, that's always a fun lineup to keep an eye on, but I don't think they've had much pitching out there. So that's kind of the forecast around the league. Rockies still what are we at? We've recently been trending at about 33 and a half games back, and that's exactly where we are. Still, 33 and a half games back out behind the Dodgers.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, but some things are more likely than others, and I do think we are still on pace to be that worst record of all time.
That feels about right.